Coach Stephanie White of the Indiana Fever goes on the Good Follow podcast and talks about Caitlin Clark's development, her techs for next season, at least like what she wants them to be, and a lot more of the Indiana Fever.
Coach Stephanie White of the Indiana Fever has unveiled a groundbreaking strategy to elevate Caitlin Clark's game for the upcoming WNBA season. White is reworking Clark's entire skill set from the foundation up, akin to discovering the missing piece of a puzzle that will finalize her development. She's focused on breaking Clark's tendency to rely on the predictable right drive and left step-back moves that defenders have begun to In addition, White aims to refine Clark's finishing techniques and transform her off-ball movement, setting the stage for a dynamic evolution in her gameplay.
So, in watching Stephanie White talk about Caitlin Clark's development, it was very fascinating to get her take on it as an actual coach.
This all-encompassing development strategy promises to elevate Clark's game to unprecedented heights. The transformation is already underway, signaling exciting changes ahead. Let's delve into the details revealed in the interview, where we explore the innovative techniques and insights that will shape Clark's future on the court. If you're a Caitlin Clark fan, subscribe our channel and drop a CC 100% in the comments below.
We already know that Caitlin has put on some strength and muscle. She had that viral picture.
Yeah, you saw that, yeah.
Have you seen the viral photo of Caitlin Clark that has taken the internet by storm? In the image, she's looking incredibly fit, showcasing impressive muscle definition. Fans have been buzzing, trying to determine whether the photo is genuine or a product of AI. Coach Stephanie White recently put all speculation to rest during her appearance on the Good Follow podcast. When questioned about the striking image, Coach White confirmed that Clark's impressive muscles are 100% real. She clarified that it was not a product of artificial intelligence or photoshopping. Much like a superhero unveiling her newfound abilities, Clark's transformation highlights her unwavering commitment to strength training this offseason. This revelation not only excites her fan base, but also sets the stage for the remarkable performance we can expect from her in the upcoming WNBA season.
I asked her if it was Photoshopped.
She said it was AI.
This physical transformation aligns perfectly with the challenges Clark faced during her rookie season. WNBA defenders often leveraged their strength to throw her off balance, disrupting her rhythm during crucial moments. Coach White highlighted this as a key concern regarding Clark's performance. Now we're witnessing the results, a stronger and more resilient Clark, poised to hold her ground against the league's toughest defenders. Her evolution not only prepares her for the competitive landscape, but also signifies a significant leap in her ability to handle the physicality of the game.
What aspects of her game would you like to work with her on for this season?
Yeah, I mean, certainly getting stronger was one. You know, the level of physicality in the W is totally different. That's the way that teams have to try to keep her off balance.
What's truly remarkable is Clark's swift adaptation to her development plan. Coach White expresses her admiration as she recalls their early training sessions. From the very first day, we focused on balance and footwork, and by day 2, she had it, White says. Caitlin's perfectionist nature and her unwavering desire to improve are evident in her relentless work ethic. White even draws a striking parallel between Clark and NBA legend Kobe Bryant, who was renowned for his tireless dedication and meticulous approach to honing his skills. This comparison underscores Clark's exceptional commitment to excellence and her drive to elevate her game. With such determination, it's clear that Clark is not just adapting, she's poised to excel at the highest level, making her a force to be reckoned with in the WNBA.
Keeping a low center of gravity. You know, there are times where she plays a little bit upright, making sure core strength and her ability to move with time under tension and stay in a low center of gravity is important. Lateral movement, like one of the challenges that we're coming to her with right away is on the defensive end of the floor. Use your size, use your length. You've got to that's got to be a priority, right? That's got to be a priority to play both ends, because we don't have to go from 11 or 12 to 1 or 2, but we got to get to middle of the pack.
The striking physical transformation captured in that viral photo is the first clear indication of Clark's commitment to a comprehensive development program designed to prepare her body for the intense physicality of WNBA play. The days of being pushed around in the paint seem to be fading. While building muscle addresses some of the physical challenges she faced, Coach White highlighted an even more concerning issue that could limit Clark's potential. As the season progressed, it became evident that defenders were beginning to anticipate her moves. It turned into a strategic chess match where opponents could predict her actions. This unsettling pattern became so apparent that every team in the league started to take advantage of it. Coach White pinpointed the key reason why Clark's gameplay had become too predictable, emphasizing the need for further development and flexibility in her approach.
I think from just a straight basketball perspective, making sure that we help her diversify, her finishing ability, diversify in the way that it's not predictable.
White elaborated on the Good Follow podcast, candidly discussing Clark's most exploitable tendency. Throughout Clark's rookie season, a clear pattern became apparent. She often drove to the right when attacking the basket and preferred a step-back jumper to her left. For WNBA defenders, this predictability provided them with an advantage, almost like having the answers before an exam. White emphasized that addressing this tendency is crucial for Clark's continued development and success in the league.
Great to hear, because everybody knows the thing with Caitlin that made her so good was that everyone knows what she's doing and they can't stop it. If she's going left, she wants to shoot the step back. If she goes right, she wants to go to the basket. And yes, there are times that she can kind of fade away a bit over the right shoulder, or she can make a kind of move going right and slow down, speed up. She's very, very good, quick first step, and runs so well in transition.
Absolutely. Late season statistics highlight this challenge. In her final 10 games, defenders contested Clark's signature step-back jumper 22% more frequently than in her initial 10 games. As her rookie season advanced, her main offensive drawback became increasingly clear: predictability. Veteran defenders adeptly studied her game and began to overplay her right hand on drives while shifting left to crowd her step-back shot, effectively neutralizing her most reliable moves. WNBA defenses are quick to capitalize on such patterns, and what once graced highlight reels became increasingly difficult for Clark to execute as teams consistently adapted. This is precisely why Coach White has made it a priority to diversify Clark's offensive arsenal, making it less predictable and enhancing her effectiveness on the court.
To be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation, going right and left.
White's development plan is thorough, aimed at making Clark entirely unpredictable. She is focusing on enhancing Clark's left-hand skills, particularly with finishing at the rim using her offhand. The potential impact of this improvement is significant. Once defenders can no longer anticipate her moves, Clark will be even more formidable and difficult to defend against.
This is like the cream of the crop. They are going to catch on to the idea that she doesn't like to drive left. She always wants to drive right because she's right hand dominated. And when she does her step backs, she likes to step back and go left. So I did see in some of her workout videos the practicing of her developing a left hand. I saw her stepping right. So these are all great things to be developing for an already elite player.
To be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation, going right and left, to be able to have different types of finishing looks, whether it's, crossbody finishes, whether it's floaters at the rim, whether it's quick floaters, long floaters, Euros. You can't quite be as fundamentally predictable with as much athleticism, speed, quickness, and as much as the game plan is going to be geared toward her.
The development goes beyond fundamental dribbling. Coach White is incorporating entirely new techniques into Clark's finishing repertoire, notably the Euro step. Imagine a scenario where Clark drives downhill, showcasing her enhanced strength. Defenders, unsure of her next move, are caught off guard. Suddenly, she executes a crafty Euro step, leaving them flat-footed as she finishes with either hand. This single move has the potential to generate substantial scoring chances against even the most formidable defenders in the league.
A Euro, which at that point it had hit me that I have never thought about Caitlin Clark doing a Euro. But you know what? I have to call this out.
Most encouraging is that White revealed tangible progress is already underway. During the interview, she expressed optimism regarding Clark's development, noting significant improvement in her left hand. This pivotal transformation will compel defenders to completely reevaluate their strategies. Once Clark becomes genuinely ambidextrous in her offensive approach, countless possibilities arise. Defenders who once relied on positioning themselves to one side must now defend her straight up. This brief moment of defensive uncertainty is all an elite scorer like Clark requires to seize an advantage. By harnessing this enhancement to amplify her already remarkable skills, Clark is set to elevate her game even further.
That's going to be a huge thing. I don't expect it to be her to be perfectly good going left and right at an equal rate next year. Don't expect her to shoot the same going right, or I don't expect her to drive the same going left. But it's like, it took LeBron till 2013 realistically to be able to drive drive at the same level left as right. So I don't expect that to happen to Caitlin Clark in a year, but if there's a bit of an improvement year on year, she's going to be even more unstoppable.
While cultivating Clark's ambidextrous attack poses challenges for defenders, Coach White's most astute strategy addresses a more significant concern observed by fans last season: Clark's fatigue. Rather than simply resting her, White devised a comprehensive plan to ensure her effectiveness, even when fatigued. In the latter stages of games, Clark's influence often diminished. Her legs felt heavy, shots fell short, and the offense became predictable. She either assumed the role of primary ball handler or was relegated to a corner, both of which proved ineffective when she was exhausted. Coach White pinpointed this issue directly, proactively seeking solutions.
And then I think the challenge for us as coaches is how do we get a rest when she's on the floor while she's playing, right? Like while she's on the floor. And some of that's going to be playing off ball, utilize her as a screener.
White aims to identify methods for Clark to regain her energy while still making an impact on the game, reflecting her deep understanding of both Clark's abilities and the challenges of a demanding WNBA season. The solution is to reposition Clark as an off-ball threat. White intends to engage Clark on what she refers to as the third and fourth sides of the court. This involves utilizing areas where defenses don't anticipate her presence, allowing her to catch defenders off guard and generate disruption without exerting the energy necessary to initiate every offensive play. By implementing this strategy, White seeks to maximize Clark's effectiveness while managing her stamina throughout the season.
Getting her into action on the third and fourth side instead of the first and second, where it's easy to game plan against. Now, how we use her to help everybody else be better off the ball. We know how great she is with the ball in her hands. We're not going to take that away, but we've got to be able to diversify a bit in how we use her. So
this strategy renders Clark utterly unpredictable. Last season, opposing teams always knew her exact positioning, either with the ball at the top of the key or stationed in the corner. White aims to dismantle that predictability by strategically relocating Clark across the court, utilizing her in ways that WNBA defenses aren't prepared to counter. By varying her movements and offensive roles, White intends to keep defenders on their toes and maximize Clark's impact, ensuring she remains a constant threat throughout the game.
As well, I mean, we've got like a short-term kind of list and we got a long-term kind of list, but Caitlin, I remember from the very first day when we were working on balance and we were working on footwork and we were looking at all those things, from day one to day two, she had it.
Wow.
Like she's a perfectionist and she wants it and she's going to work on it. So that long list might get shorter every day we're in practice.
White's strategy involves utilizing Clark as a screener, similar to how Golden State employs Steph Curry. When one of the league's top shooters sets screens, defenses are faced with a daunting dilemma. If they opt to switch, Clark can take advantage of a mismatch against a larger, slower defender. Conversely, if defenders fight through the screen, the player Clark is screening for is likely to receive an open shot. In either scenario, the defense is at a disadvantage, allowing Clark to significantly influence the play without having to create everything herself. White recognizes that varying Clark's role increases both her effectiveness and that of the entire team over the course of a 40-minute game. While some coaches may insist their star player always handle the ball, White appreciates the importance of strategic rest through varied offensive roles.
Very true, because she's going to get burned out. So I think that, and Caitlin Clark mentioned wanting to play off ball a little bit, but I think it's true that having her play off ball is going to give her a little bit of a rest, and that makes her game more sustainable. She doesn't burn out as much.
This strategy specifically addresses the fourth quarters in which Clark often faded from the game by enabling her to influence matches without constantly needing the ball. By implementing this approach, White guarantees that her superstar remains impactful, even as fatigue takes its toll. The brilliance of this plan is both tactical and developmental. White is transforming Clark into a versatile offensive asset who can excel in various capacities throughout her career. This is how superstars evolve into legends, by incorporating additional dimensions to their game that render them virtually impossible for opponents to defend against effectively.
That is such a big thing to hear from Stephanie White, and it should calm people down a little bit when it comes to Caitlin Clark playing off the ball, because obviously, if a coach has a plan and vision and a proper plan and vision.
Look at what Stephanie White is creating. She is reshaping Clark into a completely different player, one that defenders won't recognize next season. White's holistic approach addresses every facet of Clark's game, molding her into a comprehensive offensive threat. Clark's perfectionist mindset further accelerates this transformation. White has praised her ability to quickly grasp new strategies, noting significant improvements between practices. We are witnessing the evolution of a basketball intellect that could potentially redefine women's basketball. With enhanced muscle strength, newfound unpredictability on both the offensive and defensive ends, and improved off-ball movement, Clark is on the path to becoming one of the most formidable offensive weapons in WNBA history. Anticipate her emergence next season. This transformation promises to be nothing short of extraordinary. If you're excited to see Caitlin Clark back on the court, type CC in the comments. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.